Hello, everybody, and welcome to Honey Badger Radio. My name is Brian. I'm here with Alison, and this is what the hell is going on? Okay, hold on. This is maintaining. No, it's okay. This is maintaining frame number 166. T-app exposed. Men are fighting back. Where we're going to be discussing the recent shenanigans with the T-app, and I talked a little bit about on yesterday's show, which is a fundraiser. But since it was a fundraiser, it went unlisted. So, and I was just more doing it as like a casual thing. But there is
now it's not casual.
Definitely. Well, it never was really. I was going to make it a news topic, but yeah, I basically opened it up to Spurg. So Alison jumped on it, and now we're talking about this. So, and it isn't unserious, but I never thought it was. I just thought it was funny the way, that basically men take something that is pretty aggressive and then they just turn it into something hilarious. So anyway, we're going to be looking at the T-app.
The shenanigans around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, just the general news and what's happening now. And
Yep. And the clapback and the reaction to the clapback.
And also some deep dive. So stay tuned because this gets actually pretty serious. As you you peel back the layers, that gets more and more serious. And I also want to talk about a male, something similar to the T-app. It was a website called Register Her, which has been lost to the sands of time. But and discuss it and compare it to the T-app and what the T-app did. And so yeah, stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of dare I say tea.
Yes, even more tea will be spilt.
Yes.
It's going to be like, the United States once again rising up against the British in Boston.
Yeah.
But anyway,
stay tuned because I'm a squirrel finding the nuts, and I found some really fascinating nuts to show you all today.
Yeah. So let's watch this video to give us a little bit of a taste of what's going on.
Okay.
And if you want, I have the same notes I had from yesterday, which sort of like gives a short version up until this point. But let's watch this.
All of our driver's license on the T-app just got leaked, and that is extremely dangerous. I mean, thankfully for me, my license address is not actually where I physically live, but this needs to be known and shared for everybody's safety because the T-app is getting out.
Can you what?
Is that legal? Are you legally allowed to have your home address be separate from what you put on your driver's license?
Oh, well, it might be that she moved since her and hadn't updated her driver's license. But let's go back and listen to it again.
Thankfully for me, my license address is not actually where I physically live, but this needs to be known and shared for everybody's safety because the T-app is getting out and everybody is finding out about it, and the men are mad. The men are mad, so please be careful.
The men are not mad. They're not mad.
Some guys are mad.
Some men are mad, and I think justifiably so. But
yes, and we're going to go through all that.
Yeah, this is basically framed as a kind of taunt, we pissed off the men, but it's like you were doing something bad, and men were holding you to account.
And we have the receipts for it.
Yes,
we have receipts to prove that yes, the women were doing well. Or at least we have some very persuasive circumstantial evidence that women were not. They didn't send their best to the T-app. I assume that there are some good women, but women weren't sending their best. They weren't the best women were not signing up for this app. Okay, so before we get into it, I'll do the things, right? Okay, so if you want to send a message, feedthebadger.com/justthetip. You want to comment on the T-app, you want to comment on anything we talk about, you want to call us a bunch of incel losers, Feed the Badger. You might as well send us a tip while you do so. Feedthebadger.com/justthetip. Want to support the show? Feedthebadger.com/support. And if you are interested in attending the meetup, it's going to be September 13th, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And if you want more information on that, go to feedthebadger.com/events. And that'll have a link to our community where we're doing a lot of the planning and also other details on that event. So keep track of that one. And do send those super chows in because I think this one is going to be a delicious show. There's going to be some humble pie being eaten here. Okay, so
I don't know if they have that level of self-awareness, but okay. So what are
no.
we doing first? What do you want me to do? Do you want me
Do the
to give my
summary. Do
notes?
your summary that
Okay.
yeah, do your notes.
So the T app is not a new thing, and it was essentially created, or the proto version of it came out in November of 2022. It was called T Dating Advice, a woman-only mobile application founded by Sean Cook, Bay Area tech executive, motivated by his mother's negative experiences with online dating, including being catfished and encountering men with criminal records. The app is designed as a dating safety tool for women, allowing them to anonymously share information, photos, and reviews about men they are dating or interested in, using features like reverse image searches, background checks, and a quote tea party group chat, end quote, for rating men with quote red flags or quote green flags. And it basically is like Yelp for men, and they have a lot of like nice ways to put it, but it's essentially like a gossip group of women that essentially like, you know, talk about men that other women are thinking about seeing, and they vet them in various ways. In 2023, they officially launched the mobile version, marketed as a whisper network. They're admitting to this. It is not like normally when we describe a whisper network, it's called that because it's secretive and people are not supposed to know this. This was marketed as a whisper network for women to vet potential romantic partners and share dating experiences. Users are required to submit selfies and photo IDs for verification to ensure only women can access the platform. So this is all women. This is all run by women. It's occupied by women, as far as I know.
Made by man, though.
Probably, yeah. I mean, Dave Cook or whatever his name was, Sean Cook. But yeah, it was basically it's a woman-only app. Men are not allowed on the platform, and they supposedly do a lot of photo ID verification to make sure that there are no men on the platform. The app gains traction, but remains relatively under the radar compared to its later viral surge. Later in 2023, the requirement to upload photo IDs for verification is reportedly removed, and the app emphasizes user anonymity through chosen username, which is why the leaks only apply if you had created an account before that time. That's what is going on right now with the leak. So in the App Store, it's released in February 6, 2025. It comes out on Apple App Store with a 4.5 out of 5 rating based on over 70,000 reviews, positioning it as the highest rated app in the dating category. So most used, highest rated app in the dating, well, not the most used, but the highest rated app in the category. Marketing itself as a companion to dating apps like Tinder and Bumble, offering tools to check for catfishing, hidden marriages, and criminal records. I guess so you can date the guys with criminal records. So anyway, around late April, there's discussions on Reddit, r/Ask Lawyers, highlighting early concerns about the app's potential for defamation and privacy violations, right? Users debated the legality of anonymously posting photos and labeling men as red flags without any evidence or due process, raising ethical questions about fairness and the risk of false accusations. On May 6th of 2025, Sean Cook discusses T's mission in an interview with Authority magazine, emphasizing the importance of building a community and distribution from day one. He highlights the app's purpose of empowering women to date safely and notes its growth challenges, such as initial struggles to gain user traction. And then we get to the big thing that happens in July. It happens in phases, because as all things. So early July 2025, T begins gaining significant attention on social media, particularly on TikTok, especially among Gen Z users. The app's popularity surges, leading to a waiting list for new users due to its strict verification process. Users like Emily note its appeal in communities like Dearborn's Middle Eastern population. I think you have the video of that. There was like a woman in a hijab is one of the TikTok videos
she was talking about the Teaborn, which is either the male version or the gender neutral version, but we'll get to that.
Okay. With men also reacting on TikTok, expressing nervousness about being reviewed. On July 8th, Fox Detroit reports on the growing controversy around T, noting its function as a platform for women to post photos of men and seek input from others. Attorney William Barnwell raises potential legal issues such as defamation or cyber harassment if posts harms men's reputations, though he notes truth is a defense against defamation claims. July 17th through the 23rd of 2025, T experiences a 525% surge in downloads compared to the previous week, according to Sensor Tower, propelling it to the #1 spot on the US Apple App Store's free apps and lifestyle category. The app claims nearly 1 million new signups in a single week and reaches over 4 million users. On July 24th, so the day after that surge, Business Insider reports on T's viral moment, describing it as a Yelp for men and noting polarized reactions. Our Men's Rights, so the Reddit for men's rights activists, Our Men's Rights and TikTok criticized the app for enabling doxing and defamation, while supporters praised its safety features. Discussions highlight ethical concerns about privacy and the lack of verification process for the accuracy of user posts. And then on July 25th, 2025, there is a major data breach reported by 404 Media, with 4chan users claiming to have accessed an unsecured backend database containing approximately 72,000 images, including 13,000 selfies and photo IDs used for user verification, and 59,000 images from posts, comments, and direct messages. The breach affects users who signed up before 2024 February. That's what I said when they stopped taking photo evidence or photo proof of your identity, with the company confirming the hack and stating no email address or phone numbers were exposed. The breach is attributed to poor security practices. It was literally like you just needed the URL and you can get in.
Yeah.
Like there was no passwords. It wasn't
This wasn't
encrypted.
a hack.
It wasn't a hack. It was just somebody just got the link and then they went in.
And then
So
they
it
scraped
wasn't a hack.
It wasn't a hack. And they didn't even remove the metadata from the pictures.
Yeah.
So
the breach
everybody knows where those pictures were taken.
Yep. That's why they were to get the locations too. The breach is attributed to poor safety practices, including a publicly accessible Firebase bucket and vibe coding, which uses AI-generated code without thorough security review. T issues a statement via Instagram confirming the breach and announcing that it has engaged third-party cybersecurity experts to secure its systems. The company emphasizes that affected data was from an archive system and that newer accounts are secure, everything after February 2024. Social media reactions intensify, with posts on X describing the breach as exposing users to risks like identity theft and harassment. Ironic. Critics label the app as anti-men and argue it enables abuse, while others highlight the irony of a safety-focused app compromising user safety.
Yeah.
And so, like, basically there's a bunch of reporting on it, and then you get into, like, comically, there was a T-Spill website that was created to sort of like clown on the people that were on the T app. And we played around with it yesterday, where you can rate, the foids is how they called it, and you can rate the different people. But T-Spill has been since removed from the internet.
But the last time we checked, Dr. Pepper was still winning. Either Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, the can of Dr. Pepper was #1 last time we looked. It was. Yeah. So hopefully he's still, or the dog is on top.
Or the dog. Actually, I'm rooting for Fido.
The creatine, the dog, or the Dr. Pepper can. It's one of those. So
yeah, it's basically now being a competition with what a man would want most in his life. Any of the users on this app, a can of Dr. Pepper, a carton of creatine, or a dog. And sadly, those three things won out. Actually, I think even a desk lamp and a picture of a keyboard won out of over all of the women on the app. Sadly, but probably not surprisingly. Men would prefer those.
That's a lot, but that's basically a summary of, like, essentially the whole timeline of the T app from its inception to today. And so that's I don't know what you want to say before we get into the next thing, but that's
I think it's a fairly decent summary of what's going on, the timeline of everything. I think that what I want to look at is what was actually on the app, because they talk about security concerns, or they talk about how this is supposed to make women more safe. But was that really what the T app was about? Because honestly, there already exists registry for convicted felons that you can search. I assume they have that in the US. I know in Scotland they have Clare's Law, and probably something similar in the UK and Canada. Plus, there's the sex offender registry, which is going to be a lot more accurate to men who are genuinely dangerous, and some women end up on there as well. So why do you need a secret gossip app where any bad actor can say anything they like? Well, any female bad actor can say anything they like about any man, including a jealous, jilted ex about the man you're currently dating, which will have blowback on your lives, ladies. Like, why? What made people think we needed another instrument of female intrarelational aggression? Like, who thought that we needed another one? Was not Twitter enough?
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, or were these social apps not enough? We needed another battleground for women to do battle to be the only one. Good grief. All right, so the first thing I wanted to look at is the one where the woman is just scrolling through the pictures of the men, and then we could look at the one.
So
yeah.
Tell me which. Oh, yeah, just the woman using the app. Okay.
Just using the app, scrolling through the pictures of men.
Yeah,
Let's find out what men end up on this app. Because you could also be like green flagging men too. You could send a dude up there and say, "Hey, this is a great guy."
Yeah.
But no, you could also give green flags, not just red flags.
It's like 5 minutes long. I'll just turn the sound off. I don't know if you need to hear her voice.
We'll just play it in the background while we are.
Yeah. All right. Let me just.
A lot of these dudes, I don't think you need to know that they're red flags.
You don't need to know?
Well, I mean, you don't need, they are literally walking red flags.
Is that what they're claiming?
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of them are posing with weapons and stuff. Well, I guess.
Oh, you mean like guys? Like, yeah. Well, no, I mean, that's. Thugs. But those are the guys that these women are into, though. Literally, like most of these dudes, like if they're like, they're flashing guns and money and drugs and they're smoking a blunt. And the women are like, oh my God, I want that. So like, I don't know. They're probably giving those guys green flags, if anything.
Yeah. Well, if we want to find out what they're saying about those guys, since I'm pretty sure the app is pretty much compromised at this point. So all we can go by is firsthand accounts of people who are on it. Go to that first TikTok, the one with the black woman who said, from what I've seen, the T app is more embarrassing for the women than the men.
Oh yeah, sure.
We've just seen a few of the men that are on the app. And let's find out why they're on the app and what the women are saying about those men.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
See what all the hype is about. I have no business on there, but I wanted to mind everybody else's business. So I finally get in 3 days later. I'm scrolling through a list of men I'll never meet, never want to know, and don't give a fuck about. But I'm like, let me read these comments, because as soon as somebody got 18 red flags, I need to read the comments to see what the fuck is going on around me. But none of this is my business, and I should have never downloaded the app to begin with. I am more embarrassed for the women than I am the men on that actual fucking app. Big ups to the women that post like, yes, he's abusive. I have there's a warrant against him.
Yeah, you don't know if those are true allegations though.
Those are the type of things I expect to see on an app. I was just being nosy. But I'm reading the comments and y'all talking about does he fuck good? Does he fuck good? I don't give a fuck about that. You talk about does he fuck good? Yeah, bitch is okay. Does he fuck good on a T app? Stand the fuck up. Y'all should be embarrassed. That is embarrassing. I wish I could see y'all face. Because I need it. Y'all little girls, like, what is going on? This man got 30 red flags. You talking about does he fuck good? I gotta delete this app.
They're trolling for their dates from the bottom of like the crash slew? Does he fuck good? 50 red flags. Does he fuck good? But I want to point out that Sloot's gonna sloot, but she doesn't know that any of those allegations of abuse or anything are accurate or true.
No,
women lie.
I think. Well, and also the thing is too. I mean, I'm not one to like rain on this or anything, but when she says she felt more bad for the women than the men on the app, there is a part of me that wonders if that's not because what she saw of the men was expected, and so therefore not at all surprising, because she already had a low opinion going in, and the women surprised her. Because like I think like if you see people as human, and that there's like, there are trashy people that are men and there are trashy people that are women. If you see that for what it is, I don't think any of this should be surprising. It doesn't surprise me. But I think it would surprise people that have like a different, I don't know, they're just going into it with a different idea of what they're expecting from the women and the men. And that the women would just be, because they are women, like morally superior. And so when these turns out these women are as down bad, if not worse than the men, then she's like, I'm shocked at the women. You know what I mean? So I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't mean to like,
shocked.
I'm not trying to pull the rug out from under, but that's just how I see it. I mean, I guess it's a good wake up call though, for her, if she didn't think that. Because I think she was being nosy. She was looking for, reality TV, I don't know, style like drama. She wanted to hear rumors, because a lot of this is like women saying, oh, I know him and here's what he did. It's not just like he doesn't look like someone. It's more like, I know this person. I dated this person. My girlfriend dated this person, whatever. And this is what I can tell you about them. Right. But like, yeah, so that's all.
Well, she said it. She was there to mind other people's business. So at least she's admitting it. Although I am curious, like if she had genuinely found what she thought she was going to find, which was harrowing stories of being abused by serial, Wade Wilsons, of the flocks of serial Wade Wilsons out there in the wild. If she thought she was going to get that, why was she on there? Like, really, that's just morbid. Were you looking for some true crime stories to enjoy late at night or something? Like, but the fact that it ended up being a bunch of absolutely grotesque nonsense. Well, not grotesque, but just women sleuting, being the sleuts. I mean, that almost feels
thirsting,
like
just being thirsty bitches, thirsty hoes,
thirsting for incredibly marginal men, like literally trawling the.
Well, that woman was. I mean, when we looked at, I don't know if there's a way to like. I think the way it works is you put in your location, and based on your location, it shows you the men that are around you. Because then it's like, oh, I know that guy because he lives over here, right? So, because like, remember when we went to the tea spill, there was like a broad mix of like, black women, white women, Latino women, Asian women, soda cans, painted walls, dogs. So like, I think the video of that woman scrolling, I think that she was looking at her particular, geographic location. So it was all a bunch of black dudes that like lived in the same area. So I think that's how it's supposed to work, because you're supposed to be like, oh, I know him, he gave me an STD or whatever. So, or I gave him an STD.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Just the thing is that you can't get away from it. STDs don't lie. When people talk about this or try to push back on this notion that a lot of women are having sex with the same men, STDs don't lie. There's no other way that women can have more STDs than men on average, like substantially more than men, unless they are having sex with a smaller number of men. So I don't know what the ratios are. I mean, everybody's guessing when they say, oh, it's all 5%, top 5%, top 10%, top 20%. Nobody really knows, but there's no way that isn't an effect based on how the distribution of STDs between the sexes. I just wanted to say that. So the next thing we should look at is, do you want me to just send you them?
Well, you can send me in the order of what they are, but I did get a super chat and a super chow.
Right.
And also I want to respond really quick to a comment. Alex said, Brian missing the point. The point is that a surprising number of women did not care for the red flags. No, I know. I get that. I was just saying that my personal takeaway was, yes, of course there were a lot of women that didn't care about the red flags. That's my point. My point is that the woman who was making the video was shocked that that was the case. And I'm not shocked because I know how, I know how these thoughts be. I know how they be. I used to live in the hood in Chicago. I know. But anyway, go ahead.
I will say this. If she, like I said, if she genuinely went on this app to find out about abusive men, that's morbid. So I'm pressing X it out. I don't think she's that shocked that she found women being incredibly dumb with their choices. And
yeah,
honestly,
I mean, it could have just been a flex on those women too.
What do you expect? Like, women make stupid choices and then feminists swan in and they blame everybody else but the women, right? They say, well, why should the thugs be available for women to make that choice? Why should the double chocolate Dutch fudge brownie be available for me to make choice to have it? That's patriarchy. So men giving women a wide variety of choices is patriarchy, because some of those choices are really bad and you should probably avoid them. And they never do. Like, they never do. They never take responsibility for the choices that, in fact, that is considered to be misogyny to say that. And the more men facilitate women being able to make whatever choice they want, the more feminists will blame men when women make choices that are self-destructive. But, that's autonomy. If you want men to give you autonomy, that means you have the freedom to be self-destructive, just like men did throughout all of human history. But the difference is, again, women also want the rest of the world to scrape them up off the ground and put them back together again. Whereas in the past, when men were self-destructive, we didn't rearrange society to accommodate that. We just let them self-destruct and disappear.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I got a super chow and a super chat. I'm gonna read that and then I'll play your video. So Great Indoors gives us 5 and says, so let me get this straight. This is a super chow. A homosexual guy creates an app for women to aid them in avoiding dating criminals, only for the female users on that app calling non-criminal men a bunch of fags for having the audacity to work at Amazon. Some might call that pride before the fall, but I'll just call that winning. And then I got a Rumble rant from NovaFan21, and he says, remember when feminists shut down a website so men can avoid their psycho exes, claiming it could be used for stalking? I'm laughing at the feminists' continual lack of self-awareness. I don't think it's a lack of self-awareness. I think they just don't care. They think their needs and their desires are just more important than men's. That's all. So it's not like they don't know. They just don't care. I mean, I think that, they just don't care. Okay, so actually it's right here, isn't it? It's this one.
The T app was designed to expose men, but it's exposing y'all women. It's showing just how dirty and nasty the men that y'all have been dealing with are. Y'all get online with these high standards that you don't have in real life, which is what I always say. You can't believe what they're saying. You got to watch what they're doing. They can tell you all day what they won't do, but that app is showing you what they will do. Y'all are showing just how low vibrational the men that y'all have to pick from are. You can't sit up and say that you got all these options yet. These are the men that you're picking. The truth is, that's all you got to pick from. You have a bunch of group of nasty, terrible men to choose from, and you're just trying to find the best out of the worst. But all of them are horrible. Everything that you have to choose from is horrible because of how you are as a woman. You carry yourself in a way that there's a very specific type of man who would find you attractive. And that small group of men is who y'all are choosing from. And that's why y'all are sharing the same men. Because out of that small group of men that y'all are all picking from, y'all are trying to find the best looking one, the one who appear to seem like he got some money, even though he usually don't end up having no money. Y'all are all picking and filtering through that small group of disgusting, nasty pookies, right? And no matter what you get online and say about how you want rich men, you ain't even in proximity to rich men. Rich men don't even see you on their radar when you walk by, right? Because nothing about who you are and how you carry yourself would pick up on the radar of a man who got any class about himself, right? Only pookies find you desirable. And that's the reason why y'all are all sharing.
Well, actually,
that's the reason why y'all all sharing the same.
I don't think it goes much further than this. She just repeats herself, but it's not just that these women are framing themselves in a certain way that attracts these men, because that's not what this app is about. They're actively seeking these men out. They are regarding other women's red flags to be green
desirable
flags,
traits.
desirable traits that attract them to these men, which is why they're going to the guys with 30 red flags and saying, "Do you fuck? Does this guy fuck good?" Okay, all those does he fuck good? Right? They are going to that, and honestly, this is, we probably should have realized that women were human. Like,
yeah,
at some point,
wild concept.
What a wild damn concept that women are human. Humans generally rise to the standards that they're held to, and we make constant excuses for women, leading to a complete lack of standards, which leads to this kind of behavior. And it actually gets worse because if you can believe it, the sleuths seeking the pookies, it's not aesthetic to look at, but that was probably the least nasty behavior that these women were getting up to on this app. That's the least of it. Because, so be it. They have very base carnal urges. They want to fulfill them with some of the most disturbing and degraded men on the planet. So be it. Who am I to judge their kink? But there was worse, and we're getting into it. Let cue up the next one.
Yep, got it right here. So here we go.
My nigga, how the fuck did I get on the T app? I used to work with him. He gave me gay vibes. Nigga, what? Nigga, I only worked one job with females, bro. And that was at Olive Garden when I was a server. And the reason why I didn't fuck with none of y'all is because y'all was already fucking all the niggas on the job. Peep this. The niggas already told me, showed me text proof on who the fuck was already getting cracked. There was nobody at the Olive Garden that wasn't getting cracked on camera.
This is how I talk when I'm not doing my shows. I'm just letting you know. Lindsay and I talk like this all around the table and everything. This just feels like home to me, but okay.
Camp Creek Parkway. Yes, I set the motherfucking location, nigga, and I know who the fuck did that shit. So you mad I have self-respect? You mad that I didn't give you the attention that you wanted and added to your high body count? And then the first given opportunity, you want to slander my name? What the fuck is wrong with you, gang? You need serious help. T-App, go ahead and make a male version. Now. I mean, now.
No, that's a dude. That's not
That's not trans. No, he was posted on an app. He was posted on an app.
He was on the T app, and he basically, when the info leaked, he found out he was on the T app. But this is TikTok. Anybody can use TikTok, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he did show the evidence in the screenshot, but he ended up on the app, and the women who put him on the app called him gay because he refused to sloot around with them at their job.
Olive Garden.
Oh. I never liked Olive Garden.
I like the breadsticks, but I haven't been there in a long time. But it's funny, that's the shit that goes down at Olive Garden. It's like Waffle House.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. And he didn't want to take part in it. He didn't want to, poop where he ate. He wanted to keep it professional. and women on the app are slandering him. I mean, it's not, I guess it's not a big deal that they call him gay, but still, it's insulting his manhood.
But the purpose of it is to shame him because he's like, he doesn't want to, he has enough respect for himself that he doesn't want to mess around with those women. And who knows, maybe he wanted to like just find one woman, settle down with her and just do it like proper. Like, I mean, it's weird that they just expect this out of dudes, but yeah.
And then if they don't get it, they shame it. And the thing is that this guy does not deserve this. Like, maybe the dudes who have, I don't know, 5 baby mamas and 30 red flags deserve maybe to be on T. I mean, it's still an issue that you have absolutely no vetting to find out if these accusations are true. But, he doesn't deserve it at all. What is he doing on there? What is he doing on there except that he insulted a woman by not paying attention to her, or a bunch of women by not paying attention to them. He slighted them.
Yeah.
Right? And if there's one dude like this on there, there are more. Guaranteed. Right? All right. So unfortunately, I'm under attack by Voidcat right now. So I'm going to have to abandon my attempts to defend against her. She wishes to bring the chaos down upon me. Probably because I'm not giving her treats in this instant. Could you not rub the wires? She rubs the wires because she knows I don't want her to rub the wires. The next thing that I wanted to look at was, all right, I'm going to send it through. Just give me a second. Let's look at that.
Okay.
Because this is starting to get, now we're getting into deeper, darker territory with the T app. So let's look at this. And just to preface this before we look at it, it's not really a good time for anybody who's worked with the T app to pop their head over the parapet, because there may be some serious security lawsuits and other types of lawsuits coming down. But this woman has done so. And this is what she had to say about working at the T app. So go ahead, Brian.
All right, I'm going to play it.
And I used to work for the T app. I was hired by Sean for their legal department. You'll understand why I say it like that in a minute. Upon sharing my story, another woman has reached out to me saying she had a very similar experience that I had. In fact, I would actually say her experience was worse than mine. And I know some of you are going to be mad just because I worked for the app. I've already gotten threats. I want to clarify a lot of things, and I want everyone to hear me out. Now, I am a victim survivor of domestic violence myself. I work with victims, and I also have experience working as a paralegal. And when I saw the T app was hiring for the legal department, I felt aligned with their mission. I was told it was to help keep people safe, and it was also to actually look into these claims and what was posted. And it was remote work. So of course I applied. I started working for him. And I honestly would not say that this was legal work. I would not say that this is in line with anyone doing paralegal work anywhere close to it. And I was highly concerned not only on the process, but things that were posted, things that were shared, that were allowed, process that I just did not agree with, and I voiced my concern. Now, again, as someone who works with victims of domestic violence, I do believe that victims should be sharing their stories, and I do think that people should be keeping themselves safe and protecting other people. I do think that two things can be true at the same time, that there are true stories out there, and there's also false claims and spam and hurting people because of a bad breakup. When I spoke up, I personally feel that I was retaliated against. My payment was delayed. I was essentially told to be quiet and follow his process. My hours were cut, and eventually he cut my pay by 2/3. This was not something that he agreed with me on. He unilaterally decided that, and eventually he ended my working relationship with him. Again, I brought up several concerns right before this happened, and upon essentially terminating our contract, I received text from him saying that I reached out to and
all right. So this is just her complaining about being expected to volunteer. The important part is she's a paralegal. She had legal concerns about the things that were being shared on the app. and the founder shut her down. Now, when she's talking about revenge, what is she talking about? Like bad breakup, women engaging in revenge. Well, let's look at a legal firm that has recently created an announcement for any of the men who ended up on the app. Let me find that for you, Brian, unless you can find it really quick.
I think I saw it. Wait.
Okay, I'll post it.
No, I got
right
it.
here.
I got it.
I got it. All right, so
this
we're going to take a look
or
at
is it? No, it's this one. It's oh wait, I haven't shared it yet.
right.
minklaw.com.
Mink Law.
Yeah. So
all right, so you guys, if you do find out you're on an app, you might want to remember this name, Mink Law. And let's go through their announcement about let's how to fight back against defamation on the T app.
All right.
Do we want to just read it?
The video here, and I'll read it for you guys. So, how to fight back against the defamation on the T app by Mink Law. The T app has experienced explosive growth in popularity since its launch in mid-2025, accumulating over 1 million users in just a few months. While marketed as a safety tool to help women verify potential dates, the platform has created an unexpected consequence. No,
unexpected
not to
why?
me. Not unexpected. Yeah,
like, innocent. People will believe the worst about men, like men oppress women. But just the fact that people lie just somehow doesn't apply to women.
Yeah. Well, this is all legalese too. That I think they're. But anyway, an unexpected consequence. Innocent people find themselves targeted with false accusations, embarrassing photos, and damaging rumors shared among complete strangers. Yeah, they're just saying people, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have discovered that someone has posted about you on T, you are likely experiencing a mix of emotions: violation, anger, confusion, and helplessness. You might be wondering who posted about you, what exactly they said, and whether there is anything you can do to stop it.
You don't need to wonder anymore.
The anonymous nature of the platform can make you feel powerless, but the reality is quite different. You have concrete legal rights and remedies available. At Mink Law, we focus exclusively on online defamation and digital reputation cases, and we have helped thousands of clients fight back against false posts on social media platforms. We are here to tell you that you do not have to navigate this alone or suffer in silence while false information about you circulates online.
Okay.
Yes.
Again, the paralegal who was employed by T expressed concerns to the founder, and she was essentially fired, soft fired, like shuffled off, because of the concerns that she was expressing about what the users were sharing on the app. And now we have Mink Law. I don't know when they put this up. I don't even know if there's a date on it, but obviously this is a problem. If lawyers are going to the effort,
it was the 25th, and it was updated on the 26th. So
okay, if lawyers are going through the effort of putting stuff like this up, they know there's something there. They know they can smell money, and they can smell money because this app was full of people, women engaging in defamation. And now, thanks to the leak, they know where to serve the legal papers.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be very difficult for these women to play whack-a-mole with their location when you can find it, right? And I know that there's been rumors circulating about all the danger that women are in, but the real danger is that these defamers are going to get a lawsuit. They're going to be hit with a lawsuit. And now they can't hide. It's open for the entire world to see what they've been up to, what women have been up to on this app, what they've been saying, and who they've been saying it to, and who they are. Okay, let's continue.
Am I reading more of the article?
Yeah, I think this is the most critical thing that we're looking at today, because this is actually protecting men.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like there's like a bit of opportunism here, but okay, understanding T defamation and your legal rights. When someone posts false information about you on T that damages your reputation, You are not just dealing with internet drama, you are likely the victim of defamation, which is a serious legal matter with real-world consequences. Defamation is a legal term that refers to the publication of false statements of fact that harm another person's reputation. To constitute defamation, a statement must be false, presented as fact rather than opinion, published to third parties, and cause reputational harm. When someone damages your reputation with demonstrably false statements, you may be entitled to legal remedies, including monetary compensation and court orders requiring content removal.
And
T creates
these men are not public figures. So
No.
you don't have to actually prove financial harm, just reputational harm. So the women who are currently running around with their heads cut off, who are part of this monstrosity and thinking that, oh, well, as long as he didn't have financial harm, I'm safe. No, you're not. You're not. The law is coming for you too. And yes, I know it's opportunistic. Lawyers are opportunistic. But they only would be circling if there's an opportunity.
Yep. Oh, for sure. For sure. Okay. So T creates unique vulnerabilities because your personal information can be shared without consent. Unlike other platforms where you control your profile, T allows other people to post your photos, phone numbers, and identifying details without your knowledge. Anonymous posting encourages extreme behavior. Users feel emboldened to make damaging statements they would never make publicly because they believe they cannot be held accountable. The gossip format incentivizes negative content. T specifically prompts users to share tea or gossip about people, creating an environment where false accusations spread rapidly among strangers. You cannot defend yourself. If you are a man being discussed on T, you cannot access the platform to see what is being said or respond to false claims. Content spreads beyond the platform. False information can be screenshot and shared on other social media platforms, amplifying the reputational damage. This combination of factors makes T particularly dangerous for your reputation and explains why legal action may be necessary to protect yourself from ongoing harm. What you can do to fight back. You want me to read this too?
Yes, this is all like,
okay.
I mean, this is really good information for men to know because this is an ongoing problem that men face. And we are a men's issues channel. So we can talk about all of the piddly drama going on about the T app. But what we should be here for is men protecting themselves and men asserting their rights in the face of massive female malfeasance. Like empowerment of the worst aspects of women. Okay.
Yeah. What you can do to fight back. The good news is that you are not powerless in this situation. There are concrete steps you can take to hold defamers accountable for the damage they have caused. However, success depends heavily on taking the right actions in the right order and avoiding common mistakes that can exacerbate your situation. Step 1, stay calm and document everything. Your first priority must be documenting everything before it disappears.
Always be
not
recording.
panic. Yeah, always be recording, right. Remember Trevor Bauer, the baseball player that got like a false allegation levied against him by a woman that he had a one-night stand with, and she thought she was gonna like collect
cash in.
Yep. He had all of his ducks in a row. He had all of his receipts. So yes, keep your receipts. Your first priority must be documenting everything before it disappears. Do not panic or respond emotionally, as this can lead to poor decisions that harm your case later. Social media content is ephemeral. Posts can be deleted, accounts can be deactivated, and evidence can vanish without warning. Once this happens, proving that defamatory statements were made becomes extremely difficult or impossible. Since you likely cannot access T directly, you need to work with trusted friends who can access the platform to capture comprehensive screenshots of any posts about you. These screenshots should include not just the defamatory content itself, but also the user profiles involved, timestamps, any comments or responses, and the broader context of the conversation. Step 2, consult experienced legal counsel. Before taking other
we
action.
We could probably just,
Okay.
You do,
3,
but you do, right? You do want to, but we don't need to go into the specifics of that. You go to the website
for sure.
You need it.
Yeah, for sure. Step 3, attempt removal through the platform or submit a complaint to the App Store. All right. So, I mean, we don't have to read that one. I think we know.
No.
Number 4, send cease and desist letters and retraction demands.
And this is where this is where the addresses become important.
Yeah.
Because you can now contact these defamers.
So yeah, right. Yeah. Send cease and desist letters and retraction demands. So, you know, they explain Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act. Cease and desist letters, a formal notice demanding that the recipient immediately stop specified conduct. In this case, posting or maintaining defamatory content about you. A retraction demand requires the poster to publicly correct their false statements and acknowledge their inaccuracy.
And I think there's also might be a part on revenge porn. There's step 5, file a lawsuit. Keep going down because I'm almost
file a lawsuit. Frequently asked questions. Do I have a case that the post is mostly true but contains false details? I don't see anything about porn in here. There's another article that about revenge porn. I don't know if you're talking about that. It was a different website.
No, just let me I'm under attack by Voidcat right now, but I will attempt to locate where that was in the just a sec.
I found it. All right. Can I sue if someone doxed me or posted personal information? Yes. Even if the information is true, posting personal details like addresses, phone numbers, or private communications without consent can violate privacy laws, anti-stalking laws, or revenge porn laws, depending on your state and the specific information shared. Is that what you were looking for?
Yes, exactly. So was there revenge porn also posted on the T app? Well, let's look at this. Let's look at this study that recently came out of come on, Voidcat.
Public health post. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
I got it right here.
Let's look at that. And while I'm dealing with Voidcat, please tell people some of the findings of that study. Okay.
All right. In 2019, the widely publicized leaks of hacked photos from former Representative Katie Hill and other high-profile women brought renewed attention to the non-consensual distribution of intimate images, known colloquially as revenge porn. Most well-known cases revolve around a man who posts a woman's intimate photos online without her consent in order to humiliate or punish her in the aftermath of a breakup. Experiencing revenge porn is linked to serious health issues, including increased rates of depression, alcohol and drug addiction, suicidal ideation, and low self-esteem and confidence. So they did a survey. In light of these changes, we have surveyed over 700 college students to see if their experience with revenge porn, either as a victim or perpetrator, matched with these new legal protections. So there was the state shifted their revenge porn statuses to the criminal system, expanding the jurisdiction of police to act on reports of revenge porn and created a new path for victims to achieve justice. We found that, contrary to popular belief, men are not the only perpetrators of revenge porn. No
not
shit.
Even the majority perpetrators.
68% of those who reported committing revenge porn acts were women. This high rate could be because our sample was mostly composed of women, but we found that women's revenge porn behaviors are notably different.
Okay, no. First of all, no. Okay. If you're talking about percentages, they don't stack like that. So if they found out 100 women and 50 men, and of the 100 women, let's say 14 said that they engaged in revenge porn. And out of the 50 men, 3 said they engaged in revenge porn. Then you're going to start to get those kinds of numbers. Or say 10 women said they engaged in revenge porn, 4 men out of 50. Probably even less. Okay, look, it's a percentage. It doesn't work like that. The person is basically doing damage control, and it makes no sense in the context of what they're saying. If I had a moment, I could, without being under attack by Voidcat, who had a strange fit just then, I could probably explain this much clearer. But unfortunately, I'm dealing with cat shenanigans. But regardless, that's not how percentages work. This is not a legitimate complaint about the numbers. So 68% of the people who confess to revenge porn are women. 32% are men, as long as there isn't also like an other in that, which we don't know. They'd keep track of that now. Who knows? Maybe 20% are trans. We don't know. But 68% of the people who confess to revenge porn are women. This app, anonymous, women can post anything they like anonymously up until now. How likely is it that it is saturated with revenge porn? Right.
Yeah.
And then we have this lawyer, this paralegal saying, I was concerned about the stuff being shared on the platform, told the founder that, got soft fired. And now we have these legal firms, or at least one legal firm, saying, hey, if you find some defamatory or revenge porn on that side of you dudes, you got recourse. So this is starting to stink really bad. It really is starting to stink. And by comparison, I wanted to take a look at what happened with Teaborn, which is the male version of the app. And we don't need to actually listen to this woman very long because she's the one in the burqa, not the burqa, the hijab.
Hijab lady. Let me find it.
Hijab lady. Yeah. Find hijab lady.
Here it goes.
We need hijab lady music.
All right.
All right.
1 second. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go.
Yep.
Absolutely fucking insane to me. The T app got men so mad that they've been threatening to drop their own version of the girls. And one of those apps, I'm sure it'll be one of many, was already launched and shut down within 24 hours because men kept posting women's nudes.
Okay, no. The way that she's framing this is incorrect. Within 24 hours, and don't do this, guys. Do not do this. Men, presumably men, because I think Teaborn might be gender neutral, so who knows? But there were revenge nudes being posted. Yeah, you don't do that. But guess what happened after it was discovered? The app was shut down. And people were telling the creators of the app were telling the user base to knock it off. What didn't happen with the T app? Well, I'll just remind you. The paralegal brought up her concerns about what was being shared by the user base and that it might have legal ramifications to the founder, and she was removed. Right? So she's presenting this like, men are so bad. They're 24 hours and they're already holding men accountable for their actions. Huh? That's something that didn't happen to T, and it's been up for a year now or something? Over a year?
The T app?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, no. Let me go back to my timeline. It's actually from 2023 or something like that.
Okay, so it's been up
so it's
for
been
years
around.
now. And
yeah, the official app was launched in 2023.
This paralegal was expressing concerns. Apparently, another paralegal that spoke to her was also expressing concerns. We have this law firm that is advertising their services to victims of the T app. And so 2 years, was the T app ever shut down so that they could tell the user base to knock it off? No. They just let them run wild, didn't they? And when a paralegal brought concerns to the founder, she was removed. Oh man, does this stink? It really stinks. And what this woman thinks that the Teaborn app is a gotcha? No, it shows what should be happening if the user base is engaging in prosecutable behavior. The people who created the Teaborn app are taking responsibility. I mean, I wouldn't want to wade into this at all with anything. Like this is just dystopian. So don't even bother. But regardless, at least they're holding their male user base accountable, which is not what happened with the T app. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out because there are a lot of stuff going around and framing of this, and they're trying to make it out. Well, first of all, it wasn't men that hacked the site. It was, who knows? It could have been a woman. Because it wasn't really a hack. It wasn't really hacking. It was just finding a public repository and making it more public. Like just pointing people to it.
Yep.
right? So that's not a hack. That's just really poor data management or data security. All right, let me look at my things to see the next thing that we literally look at my bag of acorns to see the next thing that we should look at. And again, under attack by Void Cat, so I'm a little bit excitable.
The Apostle Paul had a lot to say about women and gossip.
Yeah.
That they shouldn't be engaged in it, and that yeah. So in particular older women, which is weird.
Well, you should know better by then. Okay, so we have we could just do another generic one where someone's really upset over it.
Sure.
Oh, let's see. Let's do this one. This is probably a gay dude. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a generic simp. I'm going to use this word simp now. I usually avoided it, but good Lord, you guys got to stop facilitating.
It's simping, man. It's simping. It's
you've got to stop facilitating this crap in women. Otherwise, we're doomed as a species.
Actually, are you sure this is a man? This might be a woman.
Oh,
I remember watching this when the voice is a little bit smoky, but let's listen.
For women was leaked, and users like
you're right, it is.
Posting the user's driver's license.
Notice the fingernails too. That's a woman, dude, with short hair.
Okay. But... Sorry, just I was looking over it briefly. I didn't mean to misgender, or maybe I correctly gendered her. I don't know.
This is not a drill. If you have the T app, delete it immediately. This happened within the past.
It doesn't matter.
For that app,
like, are you freaking lunatic? It's really low.
And unfortunately, they used a data server that was not secure. And
I mean, I have it bumped up all the way, but like this is TikTok. Like some videos are longer than others, or louder
they're alleging
others.
that 5 women are dead because that's the thing that they do.
Yeah, she's alleging that 5 women died.
Yeah.
Did they get like Bell's palsy before it happened, where they like essayed online verbally? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm making a reference to another debate. Okay.
T app deleted immediately. This happened within the past 24 hours. For that app, you have to upload your driver's license to be accepted, and unfortunately, they used a data server that was not secure, and
it's not compromised. But this is what's so infuriating. This is not compromised by men. Who knows who did it? Could have been a woman who's just doing the Lord's work. Jesus Christ.
It's funny that like what's really tragic is that like, oh, it got hacked, not this app exists and we're basically just like lying on men and like doxing them, because it's the men that are getting doxed on the app.
Yeah. And all that this leak did is make it slightly easier for men to find these women to serve them court paper, or to serve them legal papers, to serve them notice of the civil suits that they will be filing, or they have filed. I mean, I think that this is the thing. This is what I've noticed, and maybe I'm just like really naive, but it just occurred to me watching all of this that women are using these allegations of domestic violence and sexual assault to get out of jail free for accountability for their bad actions. And that's what they're doing here. They're manufacturing these panics in order to pretend they didn't do what they were doing, which was actionable malicious acts on this gossip platform.
I just got word of the person responsible for the security on the T app and how all this got leaked. The person responsible. Do you want me to show you?
Sure, let's find out. Let's see the men who are responsible.
I'm going to show you. All right.
Oh God.
We got to get him.
You can't keep getting away with it.
Okay, God. Sorry.
All right.
All right. Anyway, back. Okay,
so
hopefully he gets caught. Hopefully he gets apprehended before he gets away. But
all right, so there's the next one. Well, let's look at this.
Okay.
Men are waking up.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah. I can't hear this one at all. Huh.
Oh, it's not
Can't hear it.
playing now. This is weird. Okay, hold on. I gotta stop. I gotta like stop and then redo it for some reason.
All right. In that case, I will just
So
remind
it'll just take
everyone.
me a second. That's okay.
You want to send a message, feedthebadger.com/justthetip. This is some juicy stuff. You guys got to have messages about it. So send them in, feedthebadger.com/justthetip. I'm going to poke the voles and see if there is
Yeah, if
anything.
anything is coming through. All right,
yeah, because the
let me
voles
see.
have been very lazy. Yeah, I can hear it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go ahead.
let's do it again. Let's do it again.
I think this is a wild take, but I feel like y'all can follow me on this one, especially like this is like a message to single men, bro. I feel like the T app is proof that a lot of men are wasting their time being good men. And I don't want to say this in like a weird way because honestly, like I enjoy being a good man. I don't like to be in the streets as much. I don't like to do this and that and third. Like, it's a lot of expended energy that I don't feel like I should be wasting my time on. But in the same sense, if you're a single man and you actively want to be dating, you actively want to be on women, yet you're not on the T app, that just shows that all the women are going around choosing the same guys and not you. And in that regards, it makes me think like, damn, maybe you should start moving like the niggas that's on the T app in order to bag these women. Because
no.
If women would just choose men who are actively single, actively looking to pursue a real relationship, like it would not.
I think we're seeing tragedy here
because of the fact that so many women choose the same guys and so many guys take advantage of the abundance of women they can pull. They have to make an app like the T app to try to air out where the bad men are.
Oh no, my friend, my sweet summer child. They made the T app so they could find them.
You'd use the T app to like know what women you want to avoid.
Yeah,
like I wouldn't want to fuck around with any of those hoes.
It's not that these women are choosing bad men. They're specifically choosing these men because they are bad.
Yes.
Okay, that's what's going on.
Well, those are the men that make it onto the app.
Aside from the ones who express no sexual interest in the women, and the women put them on the app as retribution for
retaliatory action. Yeah.
Okay, I poked the voles and some super chows came out.
Cool.
And yes, we got a bunch.
I don't see them. Why are they not showing up on the? Okay, let me just refresh this really quick. Hold on.
Yeah, refresh it.
All right, I see them. So let me read the super chows. Thank you for that, and then I'll read I did get a super chat that I left up. So Zeranx gives us $5 and says the issue with thinking that we should treat women as though they're human is that men aren't recognized as human and women are largely considered better than men. Snips, snails, and puppy dog tails versus sugar and spice and everything nice. I think it's is it snips, snails, or whatever. I know what you mean. Women are basically the default human being, whereas men have to elevate themselves to that level. Thank you, Zeranx. Truth, speaking facts.
Then we need to figure out what human is.
We could just elevate men to human, and then bring women down to human from like goddess or wherever the fuck they're at.
Yeah, we honestly need to kill this idolization of women. Where the hell did it come from? Like,
thank you for that. So, and then Richard Bier gives us 5 and 50. I assume the 50 is for the support. So thank you, Richard. And says, how are you supposed to be anonymous if you have to provide identification details to sign up for the app? And as shown by the data leak, they obviously didn't delete the submitted selfies submitted. And furthermore, the disturbing fact that location data was included, which apparently included someone posting from a military base that wasn't supposed to be known to the public. Let's not mention the politician's office. Women will complain about how unsafe the world is, but take absolutely zero action as a safety measure. Look up the sister app, SISTR, 2 as the Safety for Women app. I do kind of remember that.
Oh my God, that's right. I forgot about this. Let me give you this, Brian, because this is absolute, complete madness. If I can find it quickly. I think it's back down.
Well, in the meantime, I'll read the super chat. So Zeranx gave us a super chat for 5 and says, what is worrisome is that there are people aligned with us who signed up on the app to report on what was shared. Eden said she signed up. So Far from Eden, yeah, she
Yeah,
could
but
get in there. But the thing is, if she signed up recently, her data is safe.
yeah, it's not.
It's the
It's
people who
safe.
signed up like before 2024, like around 2024,
The
early
Keeners. The
2024.
Keeners got it.
Yeah, but yeah, her data's probably safe. But like, I mean, is anybody's data really safe though? Anywhere? So I don't know. But Alison, do you have it yet? I think you know what,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised because this is like tech bro shit, you know,
Mhm.
Sean Cook and them. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like not some government money involved in this, because essentially like the purpose of this seems to be, again, just to like further divide men and women. And I know that that's not what you would think the thing it's for, but it ultimately is about like letting messy women get messy and like get all like, you know, form little like gossip circles, and they cluck at each other like hens about other men. Some of them trying to bang those men, and so they'll like put red flags on them so that they will eliminate the competition, which is what I said happens yesterday. But oh no, that nigga got all kinds of diseases and he's been in jail and he violent. Don't mess with him. He's manipulative and psychotic. And then all the other women that listen to that, oh shit, I'm gonna avoid that. And then now she's like narrowed down her odds. Now she's got a better shot. So, and because you do it in your area, you know, it's not like you're just doing this to some random dude on the other side of the country. So
Yeah.
this is all intersexual competition, and it feeds into, I think, like women's base primal desire for things like drama and like, you know, like say reputational destruction. You know, it's another social media app. It's like the newest freaking, you know, patch to the all online Call of Duty for women. So yeah, anyway,
Yeah.
below the tear line. So here's the image that you just sent me. Let me
Mhm.
share it really quick. So hold on. I gotta change the scene so that people on the vertical can see it on their phones. So below the tear line posted, this is like a map, I guess, and
Yeah.
of the rule number 2, if you are the spouse of a high-ranking congressman, don't take a selfie to sign up for a gossip app from inside the home of the individual you are having an affair with. Woo!
Oh.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Woo!
I think that if any woman had died as a result of this leak, it would be all over the press by now.
No, I don't think any women died. I think that's bullshit. That's
Yeah,
just
I'm thinking
that's again
that's
what is the
that's
purpose
coke.
of that is simply to reframe around women as victims of this. So like women make an app where they can dox men, where they can defame men, where they can destroy men's reputation. It's unknown to men, and then somebody leaks the info and we learn about what's going on. Women most affected. So
Yeah, okay. And then read the next one, the one below it.
well, below, oh, this is like the, yeah, rule number 1, do not take a selfie to sign up for a gossip app while working on the flight line at a secret military base.
Oh, good
Gentlemen,
woman.
it is with great sorrow that I must report.
This is as bad as all of those women who go undercover, the women cops who go undercover and then end up in the freaking harem of the drug lords that they're trying to bust. It's insane. Okay. Just the level of irresponsibility. Okay, let's listen to this one woman and her whatever she has to say. It's before the picture that I sent you.
Okay, hold up. Let me just grab it really quick.
I just got accepted into the T app, and let me tell you, I don't even have to post anyone in here that I want to see. I got it this morning. I scrolled for a little bit. I saw, oh my, I don't even want to. The amount of men that I have seen that I know. Sick. It's
really
sick. It's so sick. It doesn't even. I found out people had babies that I didn't even know about. I found out people got STDs. Oh, and most of y'all got girlfriends. Like, bro, no, y'all are cooked. You're cooked. The men are not safe. Y'all are not safe at all.
Wow, you're really excited about that.
Dude, they love that shit, man. They love
Yeah.
that shit.
Okay,
It's like,
well,
why is reality TV so popular? Why is Real Housewives shit so popular? Especially when I say that, I mean with women. Why are soap operas so popular? All of it is about like people getting like messy and like affairs and cheating and all this like degenerate shit. And women eat that up. They eat it up. And when it happens in real life, that's got to be like, that's got to be like fucking slow cooked venison, like extra delicious, extra pure. It's not like processed, like reality TV isn't real. So it doesn't have the same, but if you know the motherfuckers like in your neighborhood, like they eat that up. They're hooked on it. It's like crack.
Okay.
So
So I promised at the beginning of this that we would look at something that was put together to protect men. And it was from 2011. It was called a website called Register Her. And I'll give you a bit of a background. It was put on by a Voice for Men. So it was created by people who were involved in Voice for Men. Specifically, John the Other, I believe, was the head of that. And in order to be on that website, you had to be a woman who was convicted of murder, convicted of rape, or false accusation, or the false accusations had to be so egregious that and obvious and reported upon that it was that you wouldn't end up with a defamation lawsuit if you put them on. And after they had those initial criteria, they also included feminists who engaged in really grotesque misandry, like advocating that men be reduced down to 10% of the population, or for example, Mary Koss, who set back male victims of sexual assault 50 years by making up a category for women raping men and calling it something completely different, made to penetrate. And she only used made to penetrate because her first choice, which was conflicted consent, men who experienced conflicted consent. I guess the Center of Disease Control said, I don't know if we can really get away with that one. But she literally created a euphemism for rape because she didn't want to recognize male victims of female rapists. And she was on the Register Her list. And later on, feminists who did things like pull alarms, which is illegal, fire alarms at men's issues talks, were also put on the list. Okay. And there was no like address information of these women. It was just saying these women are engaging in illegal acts when we're trying to talk about men's issues, right? And that ended up being on the list. And I remember a long time ago that somebody contacted me because I've been involved in this for years and years and years and years and years, about an inclusion on the list, which appeared to be retaliatory rather than accurate. So someone had a man had included someone, or a woman had included a pair of women on the list, and there was no apparent reason. Like there wasn't actual good proof of why they were on the list. And they contacted me. I contacted John the Other, and he removed them. Right. So there was vetting of this list. And if you didn't have proof, like the words of the woman themselves in the case of Mary Koss, or the actions, video proof of the actions of pulling they wouldn't put them on the list. Now, the media response to this list of women who were engaging in verifiably criminal and very dangerous activity or hate speech, the media response to this list was unbelievable. They lost their mind over it, over the idea that women would be held accountable for their hateful statements about men. And it was just picture showed the hateful statement, or they'd be held accountable for their illegal actions during protests, video evidence of somebody pulling an alarm, or engaging in harassment during protests, or that they would be held responsible for their sexual assaults, their physical violence, or their false accusations, all confirmed with outside parties reporting. And they lost their shit over it. And the very best interpretation of the T app is that it was something like Register Her, but without any standard of evidence. So you don't have to actually show any evidence of your claims. So the hope is that women would go on the T app and they would report honestly about experiences of abuse and sexual aggression about these men. That was the hope, of course. Of course, what it ended up being is like a mess of revenge and slander and probably revenge porn, whatever else, whatever was concerning that paralegal. And so Register Her was like the T app, if the T app was held to an evidentiary standard and the media went nuts over it. Like it's unbelievable, the double standard. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because people don't remember Register Her and what it was for. Did you want to take a closer look at the information that I brought? Because I also gave you a Wikipedia article.
I got it right here. I got the Wikipedia article, the Voice for Men one.
Yeah, no, that's the Voice for Men one, and it's so old that you're starting to see like the CCS, like the formatting tags and stuff.
Yeah, I had the Register Her, like the
Wikipedia article.
websites. The Wikipedia.
You have it?
I have Register Her from A Voice for Men. I have the JTO apologizes for registerher.com. And then I have the Voice for Men Wikipedia page.
Let's look at the Wikipedia page.
I don't see, yeah, I'm sure it's like they're a bunch of hateful, big, radical bigots. Voice for Men, also known as AVFM.
Go down to About, because that's where they start activities.
Right here? Activities. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, in early 2011, AVFM created the website Register Her, a wiki page that initially listed the names, addresses, and other personal information of women convicted of murdering or raping men. Later, the site's operators expanded the registry to include women they judged guilty of false rape accusations or anti-male bigotry. They also began publishing personal information about women who participated in protests against the men's rights movement, who mocked the MRM on social media, or who publicly supported feminism. Elam said that there would... Yeah, go ahead.
They just kept a registry of these women and the things that they said. That's it.
Yeah.
And then again, feminists who attended protests and engaged in illegal activities, like pulling fire alarms or harassment. And on tape, like there was actual physical evidence of this happening. And of course, yes, women who murdered or raped men.
Convicted, not
convicted,
just like...
Convicted. Yeah. And all of this was with evidence. Like you couldn't put somebody on this website just because. And if you did, they got removed, right? You had to have evidence that these women said these things or did these things. And this is like essentially the Wikipedia is just a summary of how the media responded to that. And again, this is something that you had to have evidence to use. The T app, all anonymous, and you don't need any evidence. It's and this is okay. This is okay. This is okay to our society. That's fine. Fine. Well, maybe not so fine because it looks like the lawyers are circling the chum in the water.
Yep.
All right. So I just wanted to point that out because there's like history that people forget about this ongoing situation and how and what has happened. Like people forget that men's issues advocates, men's rights activists, we were the first into the hole of the memory hole. And we were the first because feminists were constructing the narrative, their weapon, which is a narrative that silences people and forces them to comply. And that is the narrative of male blame. And that's what they're using here too. They're trying to say, oh, well, men are the boogeymen. So we need this. We need to be able to defame and we need to be able to pass around revenge porn. And we need to give men red flags and then ask, well, but how good do they fuck? Like this is something women need.
Yep.
And they shut down a site that simply kept track of verified criminal women. Eventually it had to shut down because it just was maybe it was a situation where A Voice for Men just didn't have the manpower to keep it up, but it certainly the media was gunning for it. Anyway, double standards. Yeah. What a surprise, huh?
Yeah, what a shock. I have another video I thought be funny.
Sure.
This is another reaction from a interesting character.
Hey, so the incels are at it again. No one can have a fun time on the internet. It's just the
It's a fun time, isn't it?
woman. Nice try. Saw you trying to have fun there. Saw you trying to stay safe there. Not gonna happen. Not on their watch. I do, of course, also think that there is quite a bit of responsibility on the app. You know, they clearly didn't set up enough security measures, so somebody nasty was able to easily access these images and leak them. So head on a swivel, ladies. Hey, so
the men are coming, I guess.
Yeah,
head on a swivel.
coming,
What does that
coming,
mean?
coming.
Like, what? Keep your head on a swivel? Like they're just gonna get jumped by some dudes? Like I saw you post
The
my
men
shit
are
on
coming.
the T-app. Yeah, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, what are you afraid of? I don't understand. Help me.
Well,
Okay.
well, she's afraid that the men have stopped their fun.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Yeah, that was it. That we lost our fun.
We lost our fun. Oh, isn't that terrible?
One more legend.
You have the T app downloaded or you're a user on it, listen up. If you're a user of that T app and you put in your driver's license number or uploaded a picture of it and then took a selfie and sent it in, you're fucked. Apparently that shit was not secure and all of that info got leaked. Your driver's license number, probably like the full thing. And then the metadata from the pictures that you sent in, like they can see your exact coordinates and like the time that you took that picture and everything from the metadata. If you have the
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I am petty.
I just you know what? If anybody's why the hell? If you have someone dangerous in your life, get a restraining order. Don't gossip behind his or her back. Right?
Yeah.
You know, get a gun if you're in some place where you can get guns. This is just ridiculous. And it honestly, it's not. From what I'm seeing from the stuff coming out, the T app was not used for supposed purpose. It was not used in order to warn women away from criminal men. It was in fact used apparently to give women quicker access to criminal men and also to defame men who refuse to have sex with women, or probably also exes because they broke up with you because you're insane and others. Well, okay. Good luck to the men who were ended up on this app. If you feel like you were defamed, what was it? Mink Law, it probably would want to hear from you. And good luck to you all. Good luck to this freaking mess that's going to destroy the human race. Good luck to everybody who's stuck in the Katamari. Is it Katamari? Is the
Katamari ball?
Thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Katamari ball of female fuck that they're turning the entire world into, the entire species into, because nobody will hold them to account except one small YouTube channel and Andrew Wilson.
Yeah, right. All right. Is there anything else, or do you think that's good?
I can look and see if I have anything further.
I mean, I think we basically covered it.
Yeah, just to give me a second here. Mm-hmm. No, I think we covered. Guys, do you have anything? Any? Let's see if there's any super chows about this. Again, feedthebadger.com/just-the-tip. I will poke the bowls to see if there's anything in there. I think.
Sure.
Thank you to Richard for that $50. I think it's from yesterday. We did his songs. All right. Looks like, I think we've done this pretty comprehensively. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we have put a final nail in the coffin of the self-righteous attempts to cover their ass of the women who are involved in this.
Yeah.
Like, don't buy that. Don't buy that. Get a lawyer. Lawyer up, guys. Oh, good Lord.
What?
Xerinx just said something in the super chat.
Super chat from Xerinx for 5. He says, Is it any wonder how stuff like this is never the thing and they're waiting for the real implementation of it to happen? The thing is never about the thing. It's always about the revolution.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you for that. And yeah.
Okay, I'll do the thing.
Apparently Sydney Sweeney is promoting like eugenics with her new ad, the American Eagle jeans. That's another conversation we could have another time.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Okay. All right. So feedthebadger.com/justthetip. You can send us a message at any time and we will respond to it. I'm actually thinking I might respond to an older message from last night during our stream, which we were talking about Sex in the City and the very unfortunately named And Just Like That, which is the most forgettable damn name. Now that I have remembered it to tell it to you, I'm going to forget it again. This was from Hyper Chicken. The funniest thing about this show is the best movie about it was apparently the XXX porn parody. I have not seen the XXX porn parody of Sex and the City, but I'm sure it is probably the best thing about the franchise. I don't doubt it. All right, so feedthebadger.com.
Why do we even have the descriptor XXX porn anymore? Isn't all porn now? Like, I mean, what was X and XX? I know that was a thing back in the day, but I don't think that's a thing anymore. I think all porn is just XXX porn. I don't think there's like a need for the additional descriptor. Am I wrong? Just my thoughts.
No. Yeah.
Just my thoughts.
Yeah, no, you're probably right about that. But regardless, it probably was the best thing about the franchise. Feedthebadger.com/justthetip if you want to send us more messages at any time after the show is over, and we will read them at the next show that makes sense to read them at. And feedthebadger.com/support to support the show. It's really critical, guys, to help us out because nobody wants to hear a message of women have to be held accountable. And I don't think we're going to get out of this alive if we don't do that. And feedthebadger.com/events if you want to find out more about our meetup, September 13th of this year, and Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And BadgerNation.online if you want to join us in the Discord. All of this should be in the low bar if you're interested. And I'll hand it back to you, Brian.
Okay, well, if you guys like this video, please hit like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hit the bell for notifications. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys think about what we discussed on the show today. And please, please, please share this video because sharing is caring. Thank you guys so much for coming on today's episode of Maintaining Frame. And we'll talk to you guys in the next one.
Men's rights activists are machines, dude. Okay? They are literal machines. They are talking point machines. They are impossible to fucking deal with, especially if you have like a couple dudes who have good memory on top of that too. Holy shit, you're fucked.